I'm now going to show you from the layout menu the inspection review list. The inspection review list is what the office staff uses to confirm service by the people out in the field checking it. To do this, for example, I would go to Find. This is a search field. I could search for service specialist, last service date, the inspection date. The inspection date is what we usually use. So I'll select an option. I'm going to check today is Wednesday. It's only noon, but some people may have inspected AEDs by now. So I'll select that date. If I wanted a range, I could have done ... and then put in another date, and that would have given me a range. But I really just want today and see how that's going. So I move my mouse up to perform find, and I select. So these are the inspections that happened today. What the office manager does from here is if it says complete, that means the inspection went fine and nothing else was needed. If it says approval pending, we need to see why the inspection wasn't able to take place all the way. To do that, I'll move over to the chevron that gives me a lot of information, and I select it. Her notes say the tank is full and the unit's okay. She did not get the client to sign it. So I suppose that's why she put approval pending down instead of complete. To be perfectly honest, I would have rather have seen a note here that said what the issue was. And again, I can't use the go back button. If I use the go back button, it's just going to take me to a different place. So I'll go back to the inspection review list. And it should have held all my information. It did. If I was able to decide from that message that the unit is now complete, then I have the option to change that here. Okay, it's for whatever reason it's slowing. Let me try this one. I use the chevron. It brings me back to the same client. And here's where I would select complete. So the manager then selects complete or equipment needed. I'm going to show you what happens if I hit the go back button. If I hit the go back button, it just brings me to a different client. So the 32 accounts that were inspected so far today is listed right here, and this will scan me through the 32 clients. I guess she could just look through them this way as well. See, this girl did a bad job because it says approval pending, but it doesn't say why. I'll go back to my inspection review list and look for another approval pending. Let's move down to Steve Hall. And this client says approval pending. Let's see why. Okay, he's got a new contact, a new person at that location, and a new email. So he put approval pending so that we know to go in and update the email and the contact name on a different program that we use called Goldmine. So what the service manager is the one who inspects all this, The service manager would go to the company overview. Well, maybe not. Go back to the inspection review list. And she would look up that new information. Let's look at one of Benny Black's. Approval pending Benny Black. I click on the chevron. This was an emergency refill, so we have to bill the client for that. That's a fee. So he put approval pending, so Terry knows to go in and bill that client. I'll go back to the inspection review list and just recap that the main purpose of this page is that we can approve changes that were done in the field. The service specialist, the one out there checking the unit, hits complete unless there is an issue, and then it's approval pending. And we look at each one of those approval pendings.